How's it going? Metallic in the house already, as well as the Awesome Path. How's it going, my man? Saw your little warm-up video on one of the other socials that I have you on the other day, or yesterday, this morning. I don't know. I don't remember seeing it. So, how's everybody doing? We are going to just pretty much be grinding out a couple hours of arena today and hanging out and chatting. But of course, the first run of Coliseums just ended. Really enjoyed it, and obviously it's not a accurate measure because everybody got the boost to be able to go ahead and boost all their points up and everything. So obviously everybody got the top prizes, or will be getting. Obviously we got the solos in. I'm expecting we'll get the alliance portion of it in on Monday, since it is replacing AQ. So I figured, why not? We got the 7-star Nexus here. Might as well go ahead and pop that to start the stream out, and then we're gonna go be boring for the rest of the stream and go grind arena. But we're gonna sit here and chat and talk about things. Obviously we are just days away from Banquet at this point. Let's see, we can take the Awakening on Dazzler, more SIGs on Kindred, or more SIGs on Colossus. I mean, definitely wouldn't mind more SIGs on either one of them, but I can make that happen a lot easier, and I have heard Dazzler is a lot better with her Awakening. So, that's kind of an easy choice there. We did go ahead and take last night off. It was one of those things that I just kind of a little down a little bit. Not in a bad way, just kind of a little burnout, and just kind of needed to take a night to chill on the couch and watch a movie and not worry about too much of anything. So I figured, since I had most things taken care of, because I'm not having to harp on the alliance over Coliseums, because obviously they were quite well covered. Why not? Just take an evening, chill out, have a good time, not do much of anything, have a nice meal. I'm lurking, grinding UFC 5. Nice. Appreciate you lurking. So yeah, like I said, obviously we are 6 days, just under 6 days removed from Banquet, because obviously we're 5 days and so many hours at this point. So obviously, normally I'm not grinding arena by any means. There have been plenty of times in the past that I've strategically made sure that I was able to grind out arenas and things. Even just getting enough to get the rank rewards every week. But of course, as the game has progressed, arena has kind of fallen to the wayside for me. For many people, I realize that, but it is still the fastest and easiest way to come up with units outside of Unit Man himself. And well, Unit Man's a little tapped out at the moment, at least until closer to the end of Banquet. So I figure we might as well make sure that we buffer him as much as possible, so that we can go ahead and set up Banquet for a really good run. Not that I don't already have more than enough to cover all the milestones and a bit beyond it, but more than enough is not necessarily everything that I'm going to want or need. So we're going to keep grinding. We're going to keep pushing units. OA's fan, hey Wolf, thank you for whoever gifted the memberships a few days ago. That would have probably been, that may have been me giving out the monthly ones. I still have a few more left to give out. I'm trying to remember if anybody else gifted on that night or not. But either way, there's been several gifted out between myself, tons, and a couple others in recent history. So either way, you're very welcome, and I will pass on the message to anyone else who has been passing out gifted memberships. I have a couple things in the works towards the end of the month. I'm not confirming anything quite yet, but there may be a giveaway for members towards the end of the month. If not, there will definitely be some next year. I actually did put up a pretty decent score in Coliseum with Werewolf by Night here. I was really kind of happy with that. Partially because not only did he end up on the leaderboard for me, but also on top of that, it was just, you know, nice to actually have him as more than the mascot of the channel for once, because they're going to really kind of get in there and use him for a change. And that was definitely nice. I haven't found a lot of content that I particularly use him for yet, but definitely, you know, like I said, we ranked him up as a mascot, which I realized with rank up materials being limited, sometimes you shouldn't necessarily do that, but you know what, we do what we do around here. So I got to play with a few different things in Coliseums. I'm seeing a lot that I really like from it. Was fantastic in Coliseum. Yeah, I like I said, I had a pretty good run with him compared to some of my other runs. I think Coliseums is going to be a really good thing, especially if you want to get good practice with a champion and just really kind of get good with somebody that just, I know it's kind of grindy, but that just back to back going in, same fight over and over again with the same champion, unlimited, you know, ability to really just get as good as possible with them. I see a lot of benefit to it, and I will tell you this much. After Banquet, anyone in my alliance who is opposed to Coliseums, like, I will wish them the best, because Coliseums is definitely going to be a stay post of my alliance going forward. I don't know if it's going to be optional on the weeks of Coliseum, but no matter if it is or not, I want to be doing it. And when the solo Coliseum comes out, I will probably spend quite a bit of time in there as well. Not to mention, on top of that too, it was really nice because I saw a lot of people just, you know, everybody was throwing out different champion ideas. Everybody was fighting different combos that was working. There were a lot of just, you know, actually using rosters for a change. Nick Brown, how's it going? Nice to see you in the chat. I know there's a lot of people that, like I said, well, I don't know if it's a lot, but I know I've heard several voices out there talking about Coliseums as too grindy and blah, 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 but I like it. It's actually probably my favorite game mode that they came out with in a while. I will say this much though. One thing about it, I did notice the refill packs for energy. 95 units for 3 energy. That was a miss in my opinion. Like, I would pay 95 units to refill all 30 energy, but not 95 for 3. That's literally just saving me an hour and a half worth of wait. That ain't worth it. I just killed 2 new 5-stars, Scorpion and Nico. 2 great 5-stars. Well, 2 great champions. And I think you're still at a point where 5 stars are still relevant for you. And so, therefore, yeah, you got 2 banger wins there. The one thing I will say about Nico, though, is she does need to be awakened and high sig to really truly get her value. Scorpion's pretty good out of the box. But we do have Banquet in less than 6 days. More than 5, less than 6. But so there will be the Banquet crystals and the keys, depending on how many units you have available to sink into Banquet. And with that, you could turn around and get 7-star Scorpion. So might hold off on investing in him too much just to see what you start pulling out of Banquet, because I have a feeling no matter where you're at in the game, you're probably going to see some 7-stars.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head.
Unless it's a phenomenal 5-star and an absolute crap 6
of everything you know that you could get.
You're probably
don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget.
Definitely if you're talking,
I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down, they wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt, they're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared I walk a straight path. Not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb. And I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I won't get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough.
They'll
try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out.
But obviously,
I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
A couple pop-ins right there. And we'll have gotten at least 3 keys by that time.
It's your chance to be ruthless.
6 o'clock. So, unless somehow I can't pull 4 rank 4 out of that process, and it ends up being the champion himself, I really do think that Banquet is going to prove to be the better of the two. And I guess I should have listened to myself instead of getting me. So. If we get over 20 people in chat tonight, I will go ahead and throw out some gifted memberships. I know a lot of people. I know this week it has been one of those ones where I do very well. We do a little down on viewership this week, just because the Twitch drops have been going on. 3 days ago. So a lot of people have been following anybody that's over on Twitch at the moment, which I fully understand. The Twitch drops were absolutely amazing, and I got them myself, obviously. I saw that. So I encourage you guys to do it, and I will. I will be getting to the point where I'm going to be streaming on both YouTube and Twitch in the coming year. I wasn't going to have it set up in time for the live already, and I'm not going to rush it just to try and capitalize on the moment. There's still plenty of room later, and we will be dual streaming in the new year. As a matter of fact, we will probably do at least one test dual stream before the birthday dual stream, or before the birthday stream, and then I will do probably another good long stream again this year. We didn't do it last year because we had the internet issues. We were planning on it. But the year before, we did the Necro run, and that was absolutely wonderful. So, stay tuned for that. I'll be giving more details on that very soon. And then also, on top of that, too, for anybody who hasn't heard, which there's more details coming on this as well, we are in the talks for the Seattle MCOC meetup in 2026 to be the weekend of May 15th. For sure, I know right now it's looking like me, Abdo, Panaman Pete, Akbar, possibly Royal. Truth is talking about coming out, possibly coming out, and Max is talking about possibly coming out. There may be some others. But I will give you further details on that as I know them. I will also remind you that that is where the first interview on the channel came from. The interview with Cabello Honeydew was the meetup in 2024. So, just as an example, if you guys are going to be up in the Pacific Northwest in May and want to include us in your trip, it might be an opportunity not only to come out and meet some of us YouTubers live, but also to get your own opportunity to talk to a couple members of Kabam staff, because they have been known to come down in the past, and I would not be surprised if a couple of them don't come down this time as well. Matter of fact, I will be reaching out personally to a couple of them that I have talked to and see if we can maybe pull the string to get a few of them to come down. Not that I'm anything big or special, but you know, hey. Never hurts to ask. We're going to be pushing, let's see, where am I at right now? Just under 18,000 units total going into Banquet right now with 6 days to grind before Banquet, just under 6 days to grind before Banquet starts. And another about 20 plus days till the end of Banquet to capitalize on any additional units that I want to get put into it. So we'll be looking at easily pushing the 20,000 mark that I had planned for this. But there's very good possibility that we could hit the 25 mark that I ideally would like to be at. So I know I've had several people ask me over the last couple weeks where I thought would get them all 6 champions, and I personally think for 25,000 units or less, you can end up with all 6 box champions and at least Abs or Kingpin, if not both. So there's definitely some opportunity out there, in my opinion. I know most of the people in my alliance that I've had confirmation from are already in the 10 to 12 range, and several are in the 15 to 25 range. So we should place fairly decently. And everybody should be seeing some really good rewards. Over for now. Chapel Bishop, how's it going? Nice to see you. How's your weekend going so far? And how was your Coliseum experience? One of the things I have been talking about this evening is how much I have truly been enjoying Coliseum. And not only because, in my opinion, I enjoyed that a lot more than I did than I do regular VQ. Breeze, how's it going, my man? Nice to see you. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, there's one thing I do want to talk about a little bit tonight. Good weekend so far. That's good to hear, man. One of the things that I have been, and I get it that it's the multiple repeated. Is it me or is your background music super loud tonight? Is it loud? Give me a second. Does anybody else have it really loud? I ran a check beforehand and it seemed like it was a little low to me, but if it's coming across really loud, let me know so I can flip it down a little bit. Background music is pretty loud. Okay. Let's see if we bring it down to there. Let me know if that helps. If not, I can adjust one other thing too. So, but yeah, no, Crimson, how's it going, my man? Yeah, no, like I said, I absolutely loved Coliseums. I thought it was a wonderful new addition to the game. Better. Good. Okay. Just making sure. So, I appreciate it, guys. Letting me know gives me a chance to fix something if it is. But, no, one of the things that I started to say there was, I have been noticing a lot of people that just have been building. It's going good. I beat 6.2 and 6.3. Congratulations. You are getting there, man. It ain't going to be long before you're in Act 7, and that's where things will get really spicy for you. So, I've been noticing that, and I get that it's the repeated problems, but at the same time, I've been noticing more and more anger building in the community. More and more people that every mistake adds up to more anger. There's no letting go of the previous one. And I know that there are certain influencers out there that are driving that anger a little bit more than others. But I honestly, and I talked to a few of the creators at Summoners Fest, and we talked about it. And I don't know how much all of them are going to follow through on it or not, but I do want to make sure that I am. And that is, I want to try and be more of a bridge between the community and Cabana. And I'm not saying that I'm going to defend everything Kabam does by any means. That's not what I mean. But I am going to say that I'd like to tone down the anger some and find ways to remember that, like, we all have a stake in this game continuing and things being quite a few more years. And kind of try and find a way that the community and King of Bam can come together to make that work. So I understand every time there's a bug. I understand every time that there's something that's handled poorly. It fuels the fire, and it just adds to the already going on frustrations. It was not too bad. Extra boost helped big time. Yeah, the extra boost kind of makes it hard to kind of judge things well as far as how people would have done. But I still, like I said, I liked it. I'm okay with the first time it drops. Everybody gets max rewards, so that everybody gets a chance to see what is possible. So I'm good with it. Yeah, my account has grown. I got 7-star Ebony Maw, Ironheart tonight to go with 7-star Voodoo. Nice. They should help you a bit with the rest of Act 6. What level are you in game? Like, I'm guessing, are you above 50 by this point? So did anyone not have their alliance hit the full milestone rewards? I mean, obviously, if you had people that didn't do what they were supposed to, like, it's very easy to do that, but as long as you had at least 20 people in that were putting up good scores and everybody maxed out their podiums, it shouldn't have been a problem. As a matter of fact, I think you could have done it with 15. I didn't see anything wrong with it. Yeah, it can be a little grindy, but really wasn't bad. Some just blew it way too far. Yeah, no, I agree that I know some people felt it was grindy. I'm going to be in and out tonight. WWE is on seeing this last month. No problem, man. I appreciate it though. We did, but wanted a hard push for rank rewards. Yeah, we had. I continued to push even after we knew that we could max out things, and we had a few that definitely did as well. But I liked it. I actually think the grindy aspect of this is actually a good thing. I was saying it a little bit earlier, but I think it's one of the few modes where, like, you can really get a feel for a champion. You can actually get fairly good with a champion through Coliseums, in my opinion, because it's a difficult enough fight over and over again But it is exactly that. It's over and over again, and you can just keep going in. And the nice thing is no matter how good you do, that fight will never run out. Period. Like, the only thing that can run out on it is the timer. So you can literally just see how absolutely phenomenal you can get with a champion or not, you know, and get a good chance. And just that over and over again, you can get a chance to really, like, get a good feel for whether or not you can do better with the champion or not. I'll be interested to see how solos is. I don't expect a lot of difference, but I overwhelmingly do like it as far as being an alliance-based mode as well. And I definitely love it more than AQ. There's not an AQ map in this game that doesn't bore me at this point. A 6-star onslaught, now that'll actually do quite a bit for you as well, man. Like, you know, even though it is a 6-star and you're starting to get into your 7 stars, he is, like, until you get a 7-star version of him, he's one of the top champions. The XP for podiums could be a little better is all I can really complain about. Yeah, it is a big jump between medium and hard. I will say that. Like, you know, you gotta get through 4 health bars for every 1 in that you would have to do in hard to make it equivalent. So, I mean, there's that. I mean, if you can't do, but obviously there is that as well, because, you know, if you can do 7 health bars on medium, that gets you more points than what 2 health bars on hard would get you. But if you can do anything over 3 health bars on hard with anybody, there's absolutely no reason to do medium. And I still think if you're getting most of your possible attacks in without spending, you can easily get 3 to 4 of your podiums up to at least 5, if not higher. Now, obviously, if you're getting, you know, like some of the guys are getting out there with good, you know, 20, 30 bar runs, you're not going to have to worry too much about how high you can get your podium. It's gonna be a big difference, you know. If you're talking 200-300 point runs, 200-300 XP runs every time you do a run, you know, that's 9,000 XP off of just your first 30 runs. I think I hit 12 to 14 bars on hard with maybe 3 champions. I mean, that's still pretty good, man. Like, that's still, what, 1,200 points a run? Or 120 points a run, sorry. 120 to 140 points a run. I mean, I mean, we all know it. I am a mid to average player. You know, I'm probably a little above middle of the pack, but I'm also not in the higher epsilon of skill in this game by any means. And I mean, even I can look at my alliance, and yes, some of that is I have a few people that are definitely on the lower end in my alliance, but like, I think I finished 12th in overall Coliseum. Mind you, that was because not everybody was fully trying. But New Spidey and Jean were hard carries for me. Yeah, I can see that. I don't have the New Spidey yet. I'll have him soon. I'm still a couple days away from it. But that was the other thing about it, is that you know, like I think the biggest run I got on hard was 6 bars, but at the same time, like, that was part of the reason that I did, even after I maxed out my podiums, I just kept going back in, was because I was trying more champions and stuff, and trying for different ways to see how many bars I could get if I found the right champion. And I knew that I would. Obviously, I pulled Carolina Dean just the other night out of the Twitch drop stuff. So, like, that was an interesting one. And I still need to work with her more, in spite of the fact that I've had her on my little account for a while. It's definitely one of those things that, like, I don't have her down nearly as much, but I also know too that, like, that was one of the other things that I was paying attention to is, yeah, that first day's tags, to do all 3 of them were very limited. But I did end up putting up a really good score with Medusa on the first day. And then by day 2, she didn't have all 3 tags, but she did have 2 of the tags. So it was worth going through and putting up at least that much of a score again, because now it was worth more. And there was plenty of really kind of interesting things like that in it that I definitely enjoyed. I'll be interested to see what new defenders go through there. You know, obviously I'm guessing we won't have Adam even. We may have him on the next one, but I kind of like to see it be somebody else. It could be like AQ, where it's it rotates every so often. But I they haven't clarified if it's going to be a different boss every time yet. But each new boss will create its own new challenges and own new reasons to start to get better with other champions. I did debate on a few occasions even ranking up some champions, because I was like, well, I think this person might be a good option, but I only have them at rank 2, and they're just not going to get the damage output I need at that rate. I did, just because we're so close to Banquet, I did hold off on ranking anybody for raids. I did obviously rank Carolina as soon as I got her. She's kind of a different story, partially because she does have high prestige, but also on top of that, I know with a little bit of practice and getting good enough with her, she can carry quite a bit. So, gonna be working with her more. If anything, we might be counting a Faria, yeah. Which I was actually talking to one of my former officers the other night, which he's with me still, but he's just not in an officer's capacity at this moment. And he did mention the idea that Nefaria could be a bit of an interesting one for the next one. And there's quite a few of them out there that, like, they do have potential for some bullshit defenders out there. We all know this. But at the same time, I don't know. We have over 300 some champions in the game. It would take them quite a while to rotate through all of them. And I'm okay with that. I can see it being very similar to Battlegrounds and stuff like that, where, you know, some people are going to be happy over certain defenders and be very active in it while that defender is the one that's up there. And then there's going to be certain times that this meta just absolutely sucks and I can't even do anything in it. Mm-hmm, yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of slow playing this one, I know. But I'll be back, buddy. No problem. I shall be here for a while. We are just at the first hour mark, and I promised you guys yesterday, if you read the announcements when I said I was going to take last night off, that I would go live for 3 hours tonight. So we started at 4 like I promised, and we will be going until 7 p.m. my time. So we'll be here for a bit. I really wish they didn't put Starforge pieces in Battlegrounds, not into the mode. Community is kind of split on it. I don't mind the fact of them putting it at the Gladiator Circuit, like, entry. Like, if I had to, like, rank something certain in Gladiator Circuit to get it, I'd be a lot less okay with it. But I know even if I gotta wait till the end of the season, I will definitely get to Gladiator Circuit. Now, getting like 100 or 200 or whatever points in Gladiator Circuit, I have never done that. I probably don't plan to do that. Not unless something massively changes about all of a sudden I become a highly skilled player overnight. But if that happens, guys, feel free to ask questions, because I'd have a few myself. But at the same time, like, they did say all the pieces would be obtainable, easily attainable compared to what the Deathless ones were. And so far, I really do feel like that I will achieve getting Stellar Force Star-Lord, even if I don't get any of the others. Which I'm actually very okay with, because Star-Lord was one of my favorite champions back in the day. So I will be interested to see how close to what he was, the Stellar Force version of him is. Obviously, we haven't seen how to get all the pieces yet, so we'll see, but I'm currently in Vibranium 3, so I need to finish Vibranium 3 and get through Vibranium 2, and then I have my third piece there, which, like I said, I know in the coming weeks, as we get closer to the end of the season, like, if I haven't made it into Vibranium 1 by then, to get to Gladiator Circuit, it won't be a problem. Account size alone, I'll get quitters by that point that'll run away enough to get me there. Yeah, I'm setting at Vibranium 3 myself. I can only take so much. Yeah, I mean, I don't push it. Like, Cantona put out a video a couple weeks ago, and one of the pieces of advice he gave is if you hit 3 losses, walk away. And I think that was spectacular advice. Because, yeah, it's exactly that. Don't just sit there and keep beating your head into the wall. You hit 3 losses, walk away. No matter if it's an hour, a day, or a couple days. Go play something else and come back and see if you can't push further. So I'll go in. I'll get my 3 matches when everything drops. If I get 3 losses right off the bat, I might try the next day or later that evening. I also find too that it also depends. If you can catch certain time periods of the day, that can make a huge difference as well. Because there are certain time periods where a lot of the bigger rosters that aren't in Gladiator Circuit right away are busy during certain times of the day, and you can easily catch a nice little window where you can catch a couple lower tier players to snipe off real quick. From about 2 to 4 Central Standard Time used to be an absolutely wonderful time, in my opinion. And I understood very well, even when I figured out that was an easy time period to catch wins. Why? Real easily. Obviously, you know, all the kids are just getting home from school and everything else, so they're a little distracted, so you ain't got any of the 10 to 17-year-olds that you might have to run up against for part of the time in there. Most of the parents are either driving kids back and forth between events or, you know, getting them home from school so they're not playing at that time period, or they're at work, so again, they're not playing during that time period. Do you mind if I add you on line chat? Any group chat you have? Yeah, no, you can add me on line chat. I'll add you to the universal chat. Make sure you look me up through the description on the channel. If you look me up by name, you'll find my old you'll find my old account. But yeah, no, I have a group on line chat that's called called the Universal Chat. Originally, what it was started as is as people would move on from my alliances over the years, I would you know, we would keep anybody currently in the alliance and anybody who left the alliance in that chat, so everybody could stay connected even as they moved on to different alliances. And then we turned around, and as the channel became a thing, I started adding YouTubers and channel members to that chat as well. So it's grown to a pretty decent sized community at this point. I mean, it's not huge. It's, I don't know, 120 some members at this point. But it's a nice resource for being able to get a hold of people and get ideas and everything like that. Unfortunately, I just don't have those meta type defenders like Serpent, Yelena, Bullseye, Onslaught. I don't have Serpent. I don't have Yelena. I don't have Bullseye. I do have Onslaught. So I do get it as far as when you're saying that. But again, that's why I don't worry too much about becoming ultra competitive and trying to do Gladiator Circuit. But do plan on making sure I get my piece. So. That's funny. I think it was like 2 nights ago. I was... Whose stream was I on? Somebody's stream I was on, they were talking about... somebody was talking about how somebody in the neighborhood at their place was lighting off fireworks. And, you know, it's the 13th of December, like... What exactly are you celebrating? But I thought I heard something a few minutes ago, and then all of a sudden, just a second ago, I heard another one go off. And I'm for sure now that I heard fireworks. And not little ones either. Like, that was definitely a mortar I heard. Also, I'm being really stingy on rank ups until after Banquet. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. Like, I know I'm in a position where I can do a few more rank ups right now. Like I said, I pushed Carolina up immediately But I'm probably not going to make any decisions on any further rank ups, in spite the fact that I do want to get my deck to the point where nothing in the deck is below rank 3. I still want to get a decent way into rewards from Banquet before I start pushing too many rank ups. That way I don't turn around and pull a champion that I'm like, I wish I could rank them up. But I guess I'll wait another couple weeks for me to gather up the resources again. Yeah, I mean, especially like pulling Hulkling or X23, and not having the resources to rank them up because I chose to spend them 2 weeks before would really be kind of crappy. Absolutely shitty. Especially considering right after Banquet, it'll probably be until like spring cleaning before we get any kind of like big enough chunk of materials at one time without having to do a lot. So it's a balancing act right now. It always is at this time of the year. I always know very well that the shiny new toys are going to pop up everywhere, and all of a sudden all the anger in the community is going to go away for a minute, and everybody's going to be really happy and joyful, and oh my god, look at all my shiny new toys. And then somebody will get everybody fired up again right after the New Year's. So I just want peace and prosperity and to play my game and to have a dog and a roof over my head and a couple really good women in my life. And like, leave me alone. Not really, guys. Don't leave me alone. As a matter of fact, like, go find some friends and bring them in here so that we can get the chat up enough so that we can turn around and get me in the CCP program, because that's another thing that I'm going to be working towards in the New Year's as well. Partially because I think, as much so as like I respect everybody in the CCP program, I think we need some representation from some more average players in there. We have plenty of whales, we have plenty of elites in there. I don't know a lot of average players sitting in the CCP right now. I think I'll pick 7-star Nexus on the calendar rewards. With it. I mean, it is a 7-star Nexus on the calendar rewards. And I don't remember if I'm going for Sentinel or DPX, because I forget which one I don't have right now. I have to look. But I'm going for one of the two of them. Because obviously I have my Medusa. But yeah, guys, I mean, that's one of the things. If you guys want to help me get into the CCP, one of the things about it is we got to get Chad up on a regular basis. The only thing that I'm short of to qualify to get into the CCP, and I have enough representation at this point between people that I know at Kabam that I've formed friendships with, as well as other YouTubers that are in the program that I know would help advocate for me as well. But I've already met all the requirements except for one, which is that we have to have 30 people in chat on a regular basis. When we get there, I will be putting in my application for the CCP, and that way we can get another voice on there that is somebody that isn't able to do the top tier stuff. Okay? I can't one shot things the way MSD can. You know, I don't even have Abaddon's skill or some of the others. And I think it's about time we get a voice at that level on there. And I'm not saying I'm the only person in the community that isn't a top tier player that also streams. But I definitely am one of the more recognizable ones, in my opinion. If I had my say, my guy, I'd put you in. Yeah, no. Like I said, there are a few people already out there that are already pushing for it a little bit for me. I haven't put the official application in because I haven't been asked to do so without meeting the requirements yet. So I'm just going to treat it as I want to get the requirements fulfilled before I try and apply. But like I said, when the time comes, it will definitely be one of those things that we will be pushing for. So I expect sometime within the next year, within the next few months, sometime after the first of the year, I will be putting in my application for the CCP program. I actually just beat Zolo with Cersei. That's amazing. Like I said, guys, I wanna do my best to help try and bridge some of the gap between the community and Kabam. And me getting into CCP will definitely help my ability to do that. But I need the community behind me so that we can do that. Not, like I said, not that I don't think that the people representing the CCP right now aren't amazing people and that they don't advocate for the community. I know well that they do. I have talked to many of them. I have heard the things that they have said to Kabam. I have been in the rooms with them when they said some of the things they said to Kabam. But representation is important, and right now I don't see, like I said, I don't see a lot of representation from the lower end of the community in there right now. So I'm primed right now in a good position to get myself there. I probably would have been there by now if I hadn't taken some time away from the channel to focus on other things in life. But that is what it is, and we are back. We are, we had a great time at Summoner Fest. We've brought in quite a few new people into the community and everything. So I think we're looking really good as far as that goes. But I like to let you guys know what I'm trying, what I'm working on, and what I'm trying to achieve, and things like that, so that you guys know that what's going on. Sometimes it takes me longer than I would like it to get to where I want to be, and sometimes we get there faster than I could imagine. So I try not to put too much of a timeline on things, but like I said, I know where I'm at on a few things, and when I get to a certain point on numbers, I feel like I can definitely make a solid argument for, even if I'm a little bit short. And I know there are exceptions to the rule. Like, obviously not everybody is a streamer that's in the CCP. But and hell, to be honest with you, I didn't start as a streamer. Like, I pretty much, for those who knew the early days of the channel, Didi would do all the streaming over on his channel, and I'd do all the videos over on mine, and we'd push people back and forth between the channels. And then eventually I started streaming too, but even then, like, I was still more videos than streaming. And we'll get back to that. We'll get videos coming out soon. I just gotta get to the point where I'm actually doing content instead of grinding Arena, or grinding Battlegrounds, or grinding Coliseum, or grinding, and actually get to working. I do have my 8.1 and 8.2 runs recorded, and they need to be edited. In some ways, they're going to be more relevant than if I do new ones now. In other ways, they're going to be less relevant, because yes, it'll be more appropriate for where I was at. But there won't be champions that are available now. I feel even as a lead in Alliance, feels like a lot dealing with a mix of high accounts, medium accounts, and low, just trying to help everyone progress. Yeah, no, man, I've been there for years, trying to balance between the best guys in my alliance getting the rewards they deserve, and the lower end guys in my alliance not getting completely and totally overwhelmed by the content that the big guys are finding boring. Like, and it is one of those things that you got to watch it. You can't let that gap get too big. You know, if you're sitting there with brand new accounts at the same time while you're in an alliance with people that can definitely handle Plat 3, you can really throw off that balance quite a bit, and eventually you're going to lose most of them. I have found, though, too, as an alliance leader, there's been 2 times in the 10 years I've been playing this game that I've stepped away for any kind of actual amount of time. The first time I stepped away in 2021, because I did a gubernatorial run for 2022 in Iowa, and so I stepped away completely and left a group of people in charge of my alliance who pretty much folded my alliance within a month or 2. But of course, the second I came back to the game, anybody who was still playing the game that was in that alliance, when I left, not all of them, but a good portion of them came back to the new alliance that I started. And then earlier this year, in March, I decided to take 6 months away to work on trying to get my business up and running again. And left the alliance in the group in quite capable hands, and things kind of slipped quite a bit. But of course, when I came back 6 months later and said, hey guys, I'm ready to get things going again, not everybody, but again, the majority of people came back again. So sometimes I have found the alliance leader does not need to be the most skilled person in the alliance, but they are still the most important person in the alliance if handled correctly. I didn't even try North Star on that first day when he was a viable champion for the tags. Partially because I don't have him leveled up, and partially because I really haven't played him whatsoever, even since he came out. But based off of how good I'm doing against Arcade here, and obviously this is class disadvantage, I'm guessing I wouldn't have done that great against Adam anyways with you. So So where is your alliance at in things? What do you guys run on a regular basis over there, Chapel? As a matter of fact, tonight when I get off of streams tonight, the very next thing that I need to do is I got to go through and get all the chat rooms set up and everybody organized for raids for next week. Hell, we just got full 30. That can sometimes be a problem in itself. I had full 30, but part of that was with duplicate accounts. We kicked all but 2 duplicate accounts out right before the cutoff for Banquet. And so we're running a full 30 accounts with 28 actual members at the moment. I'm going to be running right now, unless I see something different that I haven't seen, that I haven't realized before I go through and run the numbers. Right now, my plan is 2 Nightmare and 1 raid, or 1 regular raid group for this one. I also joined the Discord. Okay, no problem, man. Yeah, you can hit me up on either one. That is why they are in the descriptions of the videos and on the description of the channel. So you guys can find me anywhere that you need me. So that if you guys want to ask questions, be it about MCOC, about YouTube, about life, most of the time I'm willing to talk. It's just not like what they used to be when first played years back. I took a break in 2022, just came back in March of this year. Yeah, alliances have changed up quite a bit from what they were when I started out as an alliance leader. You know, when it was just AQ and War back before Battlegrounds existed and things like that, the dynamic was definitely different. I will also say too that the culture has changed because everybody is obsessed with. I don't know how many times I've ran into people that are like, but you're not doing as high as I wanted to be doing. That couldn't handle what I'm doing, let alone what they're trying to get for an alliance. Like, I've seen people come to me with a uncollected account or a Cavalier account talking about, I want to be in Plat 5. Have you seen on YouTube artists versus TMNT rap battle? Are you talking the historical rap battles or the rap battles in history? The one where they have the 4 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles rap against the 4 artists they're named after? Because if you're talking about that one, yes. Yeah. Yep. I have seen that. I love that channel. As a matter of fact, I was actually just watching. What was I watching? Romeo and Juliet versus Bonnie and Clyde. That one was kind of funny. Another channel you might check out, Nick, just because I know you like a lot of DC stuff as well. Bat in the Sun. They are a group of cosplayers who LARP different possible live action superhero fights. It's pretty cool. What's Wolf? I'm off grinding potions for Act 8 Crucible run. Nice, Elijah. That one is going to be on my list. Kind of depends on how well early Banquet goes, if it makes it onto the list before the end of the year or not. If we advance quite a bit in Banquet early, and I'm able to pick up a ton of resources, we may go for the Crucible before the end of the year. If not, it'll be something towards the... It might actually be the 12-hour birthday stream. That would be a good one to use for it. Dick Van Dyke turned 100, Wolf. Did you know that? You didn't know it for sure, but I'm not surprised. I did do the Act 7 Crucible while I was away from the channel. None of that got recorded. It's one of the few later game content pieces that I have done without recording. I enjoyed the Crucible quite a bit. I did like the low stress ability to play it when I felt like it, and win 2 or 3 battles and then come back to it, and then win 2 or 3 more battles and then come back to it again. I haven't done Act 7, not sure if it's worth the time. I'd have to re-look at the rewards, but if I remember right, there's definitely something in there that's worth it even still at this point in time. Matter of fact, let me get through this match on the arena, and we can jump over there and look at those real quick, considering they're... Like I said, I haven't done 8 yet. I will tell you this much. If you haven't done 7, especially if you haven't done the smaller version of it, you can pick up some of those revives you're looking for there. I just did EOP last week. Nice. What act am I on? Currently I am on 8 well, I have 100%ed everything through, everything except for Act 6 through 8.1. I have 3 paths on 8.2.6 left to run, so I'm just over halfway through it. I've run 1 path through every level of 8.1 or 8.3 every level of 8.3, and I have not done 8.4 yet. So that's technically where I'm at. Yeah, no. Part of the reason I've gotten as much as 7 done is because I was doing it for 7 for 7. And I guess I haven't 100% at Act 7 either. I'll probably go... But I expect, especially considering how good the Act 6 rewards are now, Act 7 rework will happen at some point. 1 Titan and a 2 to 3 gem. I mean, yeah, that doesn't sound like much, but it is actually still useful. So let's, real quick, we're going to jump in here and look at me stealing 1 more of these because I'm almost done with that. I did get the profile picture that I wanted out of it, so that's all that matters. Not that I really care about profile pictures most of the time, but that one was one that I was happy to pick up. A new Wolverine profile picture always makes me happy. Not to mention, it also kind of looks like one of the ones I use for the member emojis on here. And it's definitely a big throwback to the Marvel vs. Capcom games. I was bedridden when I started last January, so I'm now 100% through 9.39. And Epoch of Pain. Yeah, I'm halfway through Epoch. I have 3 passes left on Epoch to finish it. So we were talking about the Crucible. Like I said, if you haven't done, what is it, the normal version of Crucible on 7, that might be a really easy way for you to pick up, what is it, 12 more level 2 revives. If you can handle it without using anything. But yeah, those 2 7-star gems, those 7-star gems especially, if you don't have everybody in them, those are valuable as hell. Plus on top of that, there's 10 more level 3 revives in there. And that Titan and the 2 to 3 gem, I think it's worth it even still. Personally. It's definitely a help on resources. Obviously, the 3 to 4 gem is nicer. I don't know. Those are the rebirth crystals, aren't they? Who's in those? I mean, Call would be nice. I already have Night Slasher and don't care. I have Anti-Venom. I think I have Sabretooth and Viv. So there's really nobody in there. No, I think Bane for me is my most hated node. I like Bane. Bane's easy to work around. It's annoying when you first encounter it and stuff, but once you get used to it and just learn to time your combos right at the end of that clock, as that clock's about to run out, make sure you're in the middle of a combo so that you immediately flip it back onto them, and Bane will do most of the work for you. I have the champs in the crystal, and I started saving Titans at rollover. I've got 6 already. I'm sitting on 3 2 to 3 gems and 3 rank 4s. Why are you setting on them? Rank some champions, bro. But yeah, in here, just to show you guys what I was just talking about. So yeah, I'm over 100% through at 8.1. I am almost through 8.2, having hit 100. 8.3 obviously is where we got down to the 3 pass, so I have at least 1 on every one of them. I just did 8 rank 3s and 6 rank 4s last week. Rest are after Banquet. Okay, I can see that. Kinda. And then of course we've got to start 8.4 and then make our way into 9. And the rewards here are definitely worth it. There's stuff in here I need badly. I just kind of put it off on purpose because I wanted to make sure that I didn't do any of this until I started recording it for you guys. Mind you, by the time that I get it recorded, most of you will have been through it quite well already. I might as well grab these while we're out here. See what that does for us on units and stuff, because we're definitely getting those back up there. So overflowed on gold at this point. Like, mind you, Banquet will probably take a good chunk of that, but still not going to grab gold when I've got that much of it. Hey, I only have one left. So, kind of funny that we took a break right then, right when I was just about to 100% finish that arena. Yeah, I wasn't even happy when I took Night Flasher the other day. He just happened to be the only new champion in the crystal, and both the others were already awakened and 40 or higher. So I took him for the new champion, but I definitely am not hunting him in a crystal, that's for sure. Definitely looking forward to getting to the end of the anniversary calendar and grabbing another new champion. Because it's, I mean, I just don't have enough 7 stars yet. Yeah, it's amazing how you'll dupe champions even with the amount of them in there that you don't have. I mean, the list of champions I don't have at this point as a 7-star, like it's kind of funny some of the ones I don't have considering some of the ones I do. Kardasky, how's it going, my man? How's the channel going? How are you? Have you hit 50 yet? How the heck have you not done Act 9 then? Because I just got back to the channel last month and I swore I wouldn't finish Act 8 until I could record it and put it out on the channel. And if I don't finish Act 8, I can't do Act 9. So, yeah, about to do it soon after Banquet. Because all my units are going on Banquet. You really need a 7-star skill champion. I know a way you can get one. Not easily, though. What do you need a 7-star skill champion for? Like, I might be able to tell you a good 6-star to use until you can get a decent 7-star. Unless it's because you have a rank up gem for them, and then obviously no 6-star is going to work for that. Has anyone ever read the Night Slasher comics? I actually owned a couple of them back in the 90s. I have a 7-star rank up gym, and it's... Oh. Yeah, that matters. But to be honest with you, like, you don't need a skill champion. You need a good skill champion. Because you don't want to waste that rank up gym on, you know, Night Slasher. I opened 11 Abyss Nexus crystals and still don't have Kate Bishop. Yeah, there's a couple. I still don't have. I still don't have Kashala. No Hercules or Archangel either. Ooh, ouch. Not bad. No, not yet. Also helped my dad with Twitch, and he got Hit Monkey from the 7-star skill awakening gym. Or from the 7-star, a skill awakening gym, a skill to 2-3. So he awakened Hitmonkey and straight to rank 3. My dad now has 3 rank 3s, is Paragon, and nice! Congratulations! That is awesome. Someone in the Alliance got lucky and ended up with 7-star Valkyrie out of the Gala Crystal. I got a 5-star. I did with the New Warriors comics. Yeah. You know, those were good. But I liked his individual run a little bit better. I also had a really cool Darkhawk comic back in the day too. Got Spider-Woman from my Titan. Nice. That is a huge win. The Night Slasher we have in the game is the younger brother, I believe. I would have to look into that because I was not aware of that. But I'm not completely up on current runs of comics, so there are certain references that, like, and changes that, like, I'm not aware of. Though it was very interesting talking to Kabam and Vincent about, like, how they pick continuity of champions as they come into the game and stuff. My dad got that from his Titan. My rank 1 is an R3 623 or something. Yeah, the ability to rank yourself into Paragon is really nice. Obviously, you can't get to Valiant without actually completing content, but I did like that addition, honestly. Grab those real quick. I think it was a really good quality of life adjustment that they did when they did them. By the way, guys, this is Kardesky's channel. He is trying to reach 50 subscribers so that he can start live streaming. If we could help him do that, I would be very appreciative. Hitmonkey was my ride through champs, along with Warlock and Captain Infinity War. Damn, those were the days, yeah. I'm saving those crystals for my birthday opening in 2 days. Got a 7-star Nexus, 2 7-star Basics, and 3 Titans. Nice. Sounds like a nice little lineup for your birthday. Hopefully you get some amazing presents. Kardeski has been a long-time supporter of the channel, and I've helped him with his progress on a few occasions early in the day. So I always love to shout out anybody in the community trying to get things started for themselves, because I do like, first off, I don't care about the competition. I personally think the more of us there are, the more likely that we all succeed. But also on top of that too, it's also one of those things that I know there were plenty of people that helped me in the early days of the channel by shouting me out and stuff. There are still people helping me at this point by shouting me out and stuff. So I will always pay it forward when I see the opportunity. Thought about ranking her up for Coliseums, because that second day I was seeing a lot of reports of people just tearing things up with her. But again, I just couldn't fully pull the trigger on ranking up a champion for Coliseum just a few days before Banquet. White Tiger is my cheese champ. Nice. Do you know that Chewbone and I call each other birthday twins because he's on the 15th, I'm on the 16th. When it's the 16th here, it's the 15th where he is, so pretty much the same day, just different time zones. Nice. My daughter's is actually on the 16th. Burris Gaming, how's it going, my man? Maybe someday, if you guys get really lucky, you may actually see my daughter on the channel, but it's a very remote chance. Before I left Iowa to come out here, there should be a couple live streams my son actually popped in on. My daughter's birthday is today, and my youngest son's is on the 18th. Well, happy birthday to your children. And happy Father's Day as well, because just stopped by before Mama Bear stream. Nice. I was not aware she was streaming tonight. If she's still streaming when I get off here tonight, I will come over and see her. So please say hi to her for me. And let her know that I will stop in when I get a chance. Joel Williams, nice to see you as well, man. How's it going? have almost 2 Titans at the moment, but gonna finish Battlegrounds so I get the Titan from the last milestone, so that I have 3 Knights. We'll do Wolf. Good buddy, and okay. Her last chemo treatment is on Wednesday. That's awesome. I knew she was talking about the last one being very soon. So that is great news to hear. I am really happy to hear she's making it through it well. I know these last few years have been rough on a lot of people. And a lot of people in our community that I've followed and supported, and that have supported me and everything else, and myself included, have went through many different versions of struggle. And some are coming out on the other side very well, and I'm happy to see that. Others I'm still concerned about, and I'm a little worried. It really breaks my heart to see where some of them are, and others I have no clue where they are. But either way, I know that there's still plenty of rough road in front of all of us, with quite a few things going on in the world right now, but I'm hoping that we're really on the upward turn of things, and we're just building that final bit of momentum so that we can get up the hill so we can all stand on the perch. I mean, I will tell you this much. It may have been a rough go for a bit for me, myself personally, but I will at the same time, and I know this kind of sounds like bragging in a way, but I will tell you this much. Standing in Vancouver last month and being at Sumner's Fest really made it feel like that everything that I've been through served a purpose. And I know that I don't know how that necessarily comes across, that, you know, my purpose was to go to a gaming thing in Canada, but it was so much more than that, and it was really the combination of the last 3 years and everything it took to get here, and kind of the gateway into the next 20. I really wish I could have gone. It seemed fun. Oh, it was amazing, man. It really was. If you have any way of doing so next year, start planning for it. Because I have very little doubt that we don't see Sumner's Fest again next year. I understood why we didn't see it last year. I knew in advance that we weren't going to see it last year. But I am really glad, and after as well as it went for everybody, players and Kabam alike, I would be very, very remiss if they didn't do it again next year. At least unless we have more anger and violence in the community and people attacking people over being upset over a game. And I understand that this game is more than just a game. It is a community. It is amazing parts of a lot of our lives. But That's why I'm advocating so much for healthier ways of finding a bridge between the player base and Kabam in general. Because I don't think most people want to see this game end. I know there's some nihilists out there who would be plenty fine with it ending and would watch it burn to the ground and then go do something else. But it's not my desire. Not just because of the channel, but because of the people I have as friends because of this game, because of the amount of my life that has been part of this game, and because of the places I want to go with this game. And then on top of that, outside of my own selfish versions, also on top of that too, it's also, I wouldn't want to see some of the people that I've really come to find are really great people at Kabam losing their jobs because of this game. Most of them are very passionate. Most of them really do want the best for our community. I only say most because I don't know all. And so I don't particularly speak for all when I don't know all. But I see a lot of really good things, and I am really happy, and I'm really excited about this community, and the fact that we have one of the few communities that has existed for 11 plus years, which is really rare. So, I mean, I think it's really important that we find a way to make sure that we work together as players, as YouTubers, and as Kabam to see this game do something that most games will never do. And that's hit 15, 20, or more years. And I fully admit, like, if this game died tomorrow, it's not like I'm going to be like, okay, well, there's no MCOC, so there's no channel. No, I'll just go find something else to play and find what works and what I enjoy. But just because that is something I could do does not mean it's something I want to do. Not when I enjoy this game so much and I enjoy the people in this community so much. And I mean, too, guys, I mean, how many games have as cool as things as Sunrise Fest? I know a couple, but not a lot. And I mean, even with something like, you know, Pokemon Go or something, which is another game that, you know, I started playing at the exact same time I started playing this one. You know, like, yeah, they have Pokemon Fest or Go Fest, but I think the closest I was ever to that was when I was in Iowa and they did it in Chicago one year. And there is always a possibility of them doing it in Vancouver or Seattle. But I know Sumner's Fest is going to be in Seattle every year. King of Arena, how's it going? I also know the Seattle YouTubers meetup will be in Seattle in May of next year. Why? Because I'm going to be there. Key Arenas, you actually showed up in time to miss me actually maxing out an arena. Like, I just did it a few minutes ago, right before you showed up. I know, you had all three of them maxed out days ago. Damn it. It's good. I just finished opening 7-star Nexus on all my accounts and opening a Gala Valiant Crystal on 12 of my accounts. We'll do videos later. Nice. Hopefully you got something really spicy out of it. I did the 7-star Nexus at the beginning of the stream. We picked up an Awakening on Dazzler. I have not done the Gala Valiant Crystals yet, but we may do them to close out the stream, because why not? Got a few of them to open anyways. And I heard somebody did really well out of them. Not that it necessarily will be me, but you know, hey. No, and somebody got one of the box champions early. Is kind of exciting. Triple Z, man. How's it going, brother? What's good? Good Wolf dropped like not much, man. Things are really going well. How about you? Been seeing plenty of your posts on the socials. You guys look like you're having a pretty good time down there and pretty happy. I know you got the full Santa thing going in effect right now. Are you gonna do the annual shaving on YouTube this year or not? About to head to bed, saw you was live, better late than never. No problem, brother, I appreciate it. Hit me up anytime, you know. Always happy to catch up with you. As you may have noticed, I have not played Lizard since I pulled him the other day. So, still kind of figured him out. No YouTube, but definitely going to let my daughter shave it all off as she does every year. No problem, man. Yeah, I do, like, you were kind of away from YouTube and everything anyways. I just wasn't for sure if you might want to come back and do that live or whatnot, but either way, it was cool to see it last year. Was it last year or the year before? We watched it on YouTube. But either way, man, I'm so happy for you, and I am always happy to see your family doing well. Tap stopped in earlier. Much love to you guys, always. So he does a whole thing where he does Santa Claus for Christmas every year. He's Santa Claus for his community in several different areas. And so at the end of the season, the family, he lets his daughter shave his beard and cut his hair so that he looks less like Santa after the end of it. I got a full Santa beard, white and all, just, I'm skinny. If you guys aren't aware, Triple Z is, which I know many of you are, Triple Z is one of the old school game YouTubers that I started out with on the channel, collaborating with. He is an amazing man. He is a published author at this point. He is also a pastor, and as I said, also does Santa Claus for his community every year. So, great person to actually personally know, and I'm very honored to be able to do so. Mama's having some tech issues, so might be a minute before she streams. Yes, I am using OBS. Get a suit and a fake belly. It's a lot of fun and can be, yeah, it can be some quick cash too. No more a published author. I got struck on copyright and can't get my company to respond to settle up and get my account open back up. That sucks, brother. Yeah, it's one of those things that, like, it's very seasonal, but you can make some decent extra cash each year. They claimed copyright on the title. I find that interesting, considering the fact that, like, I know multiple songs and everything else with the same titles, you know, that are very different songs and stuff. I don't know, man. Like, I'm sorry to hear that, brother. Hopefully somebody helps you get that taken care of. I make an average of 1,000 every season. Nice. If I can, because I'm always looking at things with trying to get my books published and stuff. If I run across any way that I might be able to help you get around that strike, I'll be in touch for sure. Yeah, I updated my OBS like 2 days ago when the update came out. $3.5 weeks, $1,000. That's not bad. Yeah, absolutely nothing went wrong with my update when I did it. And there hasn't been a new update since that I've seen, and I run programs to check for updates literally every 2 days. So both of my videos are uploaded. I'm a little jealous of my alt account. The alt account that's in this alliance. Going to open a new account and change the title of a publisher to help me and hire a publisher to help me. No problem, brother. Yeah, that sounds. That's part of the reason I didn't want to go directly through Amazon in my first place. Is because I've heard some bad things and they don't really back you at all. It's not letting her, me, or Legacy update ours. YouTube also said it needs an encoder. Okay, so it'll say that until you click go live on OBS, and then it'll act like normal. Or at least that's what it started doing when YouTube updated Studios for me a couple days ago. So you don't actually need the encoder. OBS is your encoder. Yeah, some of them at least. So we have not maxed out all arenas, but we just got through all the 7 stars. Quite a bit to go on that one. We'll probably go over and push some 4 stars now. Actually, you know what? One thing I haven't done yet today, I have not done my dailies, and I'm sitting here on full energy. So let's go ahead and get these out of the way, and we'll just sit here and talk for a little bit. Burris, yeah, trying to think of a workaround that I know of that you could do for her. Keyword cache. Let me see. The only thing I can think of is tell her to try and uninstall and reinstall OBS. It really shouldn't take that long. But yeah, no, I've been doing chat again soon. Good night, brother. As always, appreciate the kind words. Feeling is mutual towards you, my friend. Yeah, man, I absolutely love you, brother. Like I said, get a hold of me sometime when you got some time. I know this is a busy time period for you and everything, but we definitely can catch up. So, but get some rest, and I will talk to you soon. Wishing you and your family all the best for sure, brother. Well, guys, it's that time where my drink has went empty. Not quite for sure how that keeps happening. It's like there's a hole in the glass somewhere, and every time I turn around, there's less of it in there. Merry Christmas all, and all a good night. Ho, 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 and a good night to you too, sir. So, I am going to step away for 2 seconds to refill the glass. Well, while I do that, you guys can watch Bishop kick some ass. I'll actually probably wait just a second because I know there's one more fight and I might as well start the path fresh while I go get the drink. People are saying things. They're saying lots and lots of things. Everybody message me on the socials while I'm live. Like, you know, guys, you know you could come in here and chat with me just fine. Like, it's not hard. Like, I'm here. Right here. So stop in here, ask me the questions. Don't make me look at socials. Drink of the day, Wolf? Tea. I'm trying to cut down on my sugar intake quite a bit, so we're doing tea right now because I brew it at home and use less and less sugar over time. So nothing exciting. Orange Fanta here. I actually saw a good orange Fanta recipe for an orange Fanta cake recently. So all jacked up. Give me 2 seconds, I'm gonna grab some drink and we'll be right back. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Why do I not have camera? Oh, because it's behind. Burris, I haven't had a good glass of wine in a while. But that's more of a dinner drink for me if I go out someplace nice and don't feel like an actual mixed drink, which I don't drink that often, period. As a matter of fact, I drank most of the weekend at Summoner's Fest, which was more than I drank in probably about 3 or 4 years. But I also have a really high tolerance, so it's not like it was, you know, like getting stupid drunk or anything. It was more so just having a good time and being social and everything. And it's not hard. There's plenty of proof of it. Like, you guys can go watch videos. You can see I was sober. Even with a few drinks. But, yeah. I mean, if I go out to a decent restaurant and have an, especially, you know, if I go out with good company. Cheer wine is a cherry flavored soda made. Oh, okay. Okay, was not aware of that. I haven't been out over on that neck of the woods since I was like 15, 14 or 15. The last time I was over there, which funny enough, my son actually lives over in that neck of the woods at the moment. But the last time I was over anywhere near there, I was at Cherry Point for 2 weeks of boot camp in high school. It was a very fun experience, but that was only because, of course, I knew I could go home. And it wasn't the full boot camp experience by any means, because we were a bunch of high schoolers. Pepsi is my drink of every day. So I grew up where it was Mountain Dew most of my life, and then I switched to Pepsi later in my adult years. And these days, most of the time, if I drink soda, it's normally going to be a Pepsi. It started in Salisbury, North Carolina, back in 1917. Nice. So, 108-year-old drink at this point. It's nice seeing some nice, good 100-year-old companies in this country, though a lot of them have been distorted massively. So Mama is likely changing her stream to tomorrow. Okay. No problem. Well, then I will plan on getting mine in time that I can raid her tomorrow night. Especially if she's gonna plan about this time. I will try and raid her, and then we can bring over some people just to say hi and welcome her and everything else. I did drink a Code Red Mountain Dew not too long ago for the first time in years. Most of the odd flavors of Mountain Dew I don't really even bother with. Pitch Black, the original version of it, was good. I think she just upped a poll on her channel. I can go look. It's funny because it takes me forever when I actually scroll through every YouTuber that I'm subscribed to, because the number is highly significant. It's amazing how many MCOC YouTubers there are out here these days. And I haven't even found them all yet, so... let's see, 3:30, 6:30, or 8 Central. If she goes live at 8, see, 6 would be 8 my time. I'm I'm gonna vote for 6 because then I can rate her. But if she wants to go, if everybody wants her at 8, I can definitely set up for that too. So, let's see. Fresh mountain water, if you get my drift. I hope Val's okay. Hasn't streamed her new account challenge in a few weeks. It's been about a week. She was in the middle of the run. She ended the run last Saturday night. With plans of picking it up on Sunday when she got up. Then I talked to her that night, and she said she was going to go live in a couple hours, and then I really haven't heard from her since. From what I know, she is okay. I did see her make a comment a couple days ago on a video. I don't remember whose video, but as far as I know, she's okay, and I expect she'll be back at some point. I don't know exactly what has happened, and I'm trying to respect her privacy enough not to reach out yet. If it goes too long, though, I will have to see what I can't do. Stephen Burris, I had not checked out your videos yet. Looks like a lot of this you did while during the time period I was away from the game. But I did just subscribe to your channel, and I will check out a bit more of it. Possibly tonight while I'm going through and trying to figure out where I'm putting everybody in raids. And until then, if anybody would like to go over and support Stephen Burris, a longtime supporter of Prof Hoff and Mama Bear and myself and several other members of the community, once again, please do so. There's his channel. Always happy to help bring up anybody in the ranks, as I mentioned earlier when we were talking about Kardesky. So, I do more than just MC. Yeah, I saw that too, man. Yeah, I'm just giving it time to, yeah. Yeah, you never know what could have come up and stuff like that, and I don't, like, I understand well, and it could be a lot of personal stuff in or out of the game, so I try and respect that enough to like, yes, I consider her a friend now, but not necessarily to the point where I feel like I can overstep my bounds and figure out what's going on in her personal life. So I'm just going to kind of give her some time, and hopefully we will see her back any day now. And Stephen Burris, I know I didn't have to do that, but I am very happy to do so. Like I said earlier, and I think you came in after I said it. You know, there have been a lot of people in this community over the 3 years that I have come up in this community that have helped me by shouting out my channel. There are still people to this day that are helping promote my channel, you know, getting featured on Rich the Man's MCOC or MCN a couple weeks ago, when he shouted out the panel videos that I did from Summoner's Fest. You know, that was definitely a huge shout out that a much bigger guy than me doesn't have to do. And if I can get shouted out by them guys, I feel like it's my responsibility to shout out the guys littler than me. And pay it forward so that we can all grow together and we can all get there together. So, always happy to help. There are 8 billion people on this planet, and I think the last time I heard an accurate count, I think it's like 100 million YouTubers. Oh no. That did not just do that, did it? Guys, if that interrupted anything, I apologize. Hopefully we are back. I went to click on something and clicked on the wrong screen. We'll find out if that interrupted anything or not. So, I apologize if it did. Hopefully... doesn't look like it did. That is good. I am happy. That was scary. But, yeah, guys, I'm always, like I said, I will always help and promote anybody in the community, any chance I get, because I've had that help and stuff, and I think, you know, 8 billion people on the planet, 100 million YouTubers, there's plenty of audience out there for every single one of us. So... and I mean, if you guys doubt that whatsoever, go check out the first interview video that dropped, not the second one. The second one is exclusively Vol, but go check out the first one. And at the end of that one, Seaton shouts out and asks people to subscribe to me as well. Okay, so if one of the biggest men in our community, one of the original OGs, can shout me out and suggest that people should subscribe to me, I can very easily shout out everybody who's on their way up behind me. So, and I just hope that for the most part, everybody that I help come up does the same thing for other people too. As a matter of fact, I know one of the people that's live right now, since Mama Bear is not going to be, if he's still live in about 20 minutes when we decide to call this, we will probably jump over there and raid him, is the Egg. And I literally just spent a couple days with him, helping him figure out his setup and stuff like that so he could upgrade a few things. And I've done that for many members of this community. And I will do it every single time happily. Why? Because again, I absolutely believe that there is enough room for all of us in the community always. And I'm happy to help others grow and become better, because the better everybody else gets, the more I have to be better, and the more I have to be better, the more my product improves, and the more my product improves, the more reason that you guys have to come hang out with me. So, thank you, King of Arena. I appreciate that, my man. Actually, why don't we do that as well? Also, guys, if you guys aren't, here is King of Arena's channel as well. He is a very impressive man as far as the fact that he is probably the only person in the community that I know that currently plays actively on over 20 accounts. How, I do not know, but that's... the man is doing it. So if you guys would like to stop over and check out a man progress 20 accounts at once, I said over 20, bro. Any advice for Act 641? Let's go look at that real quick, because it's been a minute. 641. Let's go. We can go look at even the path I took for this one. I'm the only YouTuber that plays 21 accounts. It makes me unique. Exactly. So we went through Deadpool to the first transported over to B, which is the Star-Lord path. Bring in a bleed champion and walk this path. That is my advice for you. Come up the Star-Lord path with a bleed champion. You'll nuke this path without a problem if you have a decent bleed champion. Let's go over and look at the boss, because I don't remember what he has. I guarantee I walked it with Nick Fury. Is the whole reason I did it. You will have to watch double parrying. Yeah, AA is an absolute great option for it. Obviously, you won't be able to use your bleeder for Iceman whatsoever, but so make sure you bring in or plan to switch out to somebody that's Iceman compatible. Preferably somebody who is Cold Snap immune, and beyond that, as long as they are Cold Snap immune, the only thing you have to do is be careful and not try and parry him directly out of a stun. Other than that, should be fairly straightforward. If it's not for any reason, you added me in the Discord group, go ahead and message me after stream, and I can look at my previous video and see if I can give you anything better. DPX and Okoye, then you are set, man. You are 100% set. Both of them are heavy, easy bleeders. Okoye can stack bleeds for days. Take Okoye and DPX, run them up the path, have somebody planned for Iceman. That should do pretty much all your work for you. I just went into 6.4 or 0.1, didn't I? Yep. Yeah, I mean, you know, back in the day, Nick was the given answer for anything bleed. But yeah, with Okoye, you're definitely good. But yeah, DPX will also, like, great backup. I would do most of it with Okoye, but if for some reason she goes down, let DPX finish the path. But that is pretty much the key to that path. Just bleed them all the way through. The nice thing is, especially with having Okoye and DPX, that means if at any point in time, because I think there is a mutant or two on the path, you don't have to deal with the class disadvantage. Not that Okoye is worried about that by any means. But, and obviously she'll do extra because the bleed will be eating them really hardcore, but then you'll have those shock stacks on there as well. So what's everybody's strategy for Banquet? Are we all going hard day one, or like day 1, minute 1, hour 1, second 1, like crystal 1? Or are you guys gonna give it a couple days, kind of keep building, and just kind of trickle crystals over the entire event? Or are you going to build units all the way till the very end and then do a grand finale opening? I'll open wherever I get my 40k units. Yeah, I saw your spreadsheet, and I saw where you were pushing on that. Now, obviously, that 40k is just on your main account, because I know your little ones are nowhere near that. So, are you going to be opening on the little ones before that? Or are you going to, when the main account hits 40, everybody opens? What are you looking at on a timeline on that 40? Like, how many days into Banquet do you think it's going to take you to hit that 40? I'm not sure. Probably open while I go. Yeah, I'm debating it. Obviously, I'll be opening a bunch on live streams throughout. It's just going to depend on, do I do like a huge opening like day 1, the second everything goes live on live stream? Or do we do like 1,000 units a day? Or I don't know. We're gonna have to play with some ideas on that one. $36K now. So only nice. I would be somewhere pretty close to that if I hadn't spent on Cyber Weekend. Oh, there's probably the first day or so, but I'll record it all. Yeah, I get that, man. King is currently at 27K. There's 7 days left. It'll depend on if I get lucky with battle chips. There are less than 6 days left. But then, of course, we have the whole time period of Banquet itself. Or are you saying you think it'll take you 7 more days to hit 40 off of that? Yes, we all bow to the grinding of the epic one, because most of us would never grind arena on that level. I've been opening battle chips as I get them. Okay. I've been pretty much every 100,000 or so is when I pop a batch of battle chips. And I'm at what am I at now? $74. So we'll be doing another batch soon. I'll be grinding a little bit more tonight, and then I probably won't grind the Sunday arena. I'll use Sunday for something else. I know King does the Sunday arenas, but there's not a lot in there to pull, in my opinion. At least not anymore. Yesterday I opened 100K and no units. Ooh, ouch, that hurts. And yeah, I could do it for the battle chips alone, which I know is what you do it for. But I also have other things right now that I'm prioritizing. So the other nice thing too is tomorrow, I just looked at it, tomorrow will be when I get the new Spider-Man. So I don't know, we may screw around with him a bit tomorrow on stream. I haven't decided yet. We're gonna be grinding something. I promise you that. We need units. We do not have enough units. The unit deficit is a problem. Not that we're at a deficit, we're actually in the positive, but whatever. We're in a deficit for where my personal goal is. But we are closing that gap with a rapid quickness. I know I have about 800 more units. What did I miss so far? So we did a bunch of grinding. We talked about Banquet. We talked about Mama Bear live streaming tomorrow night because she was apparently having a problem tonight. We talked about me pushing for CCP within the next couple months. We talked about different types of drinks. We went and looked at Act 6 for a moment. We looked at Act 8 for a moment. Nice, sounds like fun. Yeah, no, we've just been chilling. We put out a couple links for a couple people's channels. So if you want to scroll up and chat, if you can, and want to grab some of the links, Burris Gaming, feel free to subscribe to him. Also feel free to subscribe to King of Arenas, and also Kardeski, who all have channels that are starting to grow, and we want to support everybody in the community. So if you want to slip up and drop them a subscribe, it would be appreciated. And now I think we're gonna run one more path, and then we're gonna pop a couple crystals, because we started the stream with a crystal, and I think we should end the stream with a couple crystals. And then after that, then we're gonna see who we're gonna rate. So we're probably about another 5 minutes or so, give or take, however long it takes for the game to auto run through the next path. And then, like I said, we'll pop a couple crystals, figure out who we want to raid. I think as long as he still looks like he's going, it'll probably be Egg. But if he ends before I get there, or it looks like he's ending, we'll see who's live and see who to run over and support. But let's go ahead and get this last path out of the way. Well, not last path, I'll have to run a couple more off stream. But one more path out of the way, so we get a little, we got the energy for the most part used up, so that I can go back to grinding arena until the energy refills. You're gonna pull 7-star Hercules. If I pull 7-star Hercules, I get banned from the game instantly, which would be really depressing. I'd have to go play all my other accounts. and I would have to spend like the next 4 days texting members of Kabam and going, I don't even know how this happened, fix it. But jokes aside, well, that's good and bad. Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good because it'd be kind of cool and kind of interesting and kind of funny. It would be one of the most legendary things. I guarantee we'd get a lot of new subscribers. But it would be bad because, and it would also be good because I'd actually make some work on my other accounts again. Because we kind of stepped away from them again for a moment. Bad because you can't play your main, and good because you can play your alts. Exactly. Which would really suck for the Alliance for a few days. I guarantee you one battle group would be without a backup for raids next week. And I would literally have to get every officer on the phone tonight so that they could help me plan raids, because I wouldn't be able to see shit. I'm gonna need you to screen share everything for the Alliance so I can see it all. Be amusing, but we don't want this. So we're not going. We are never going to have a ban on this account. That's just plain and simple how it's gonna be. God dang, I'm clearly not the only one that was grinding arenas tonight. Clearly, Breeze is got me in the background wrestling on the main TV and is grinding the crap out of arena at the moment. At least I'm going to say he has been on in the background because that sounds good. So we got 2 7-star Nexuses, or not 7-star Nexuses. What are these damn things again? Valiant Nexus Crystals. Don't we have something else? I feel like we have something else. Oh, and then we got the 6 Gala Valiant. Okay, so we're gonna do 8 crystals real quick, because why not? Let's do the Valiant Nexus Crystals real quick, see if we get 5 stars. Oh! Okay, I will take that. 7-star Silver Sable to start it off. I'll take a 6-star Nexus following 7-star Silver Sable. That I will do. Let's go ahead and just pop that Nexus, just because why not? And then we'll go over and do the Gala ones, and hopefully they're anywhere near as good as that was. I think I'm just going to go ahead and take the Mutant ISO and plan that is setting up so that I have extra in place for X23. So we got 6 of these. Any 7-star would make me happy. There's a few 7-stars that would make me extremely happy, but any 7-star would make me happy. So well, we got 3 new, and they're all 5 stars. But I did get Frankencastle, who I didn't have whatsoever. We did get a 6-star X23, which we obviously already had. That's more SIG levels into her. And we did get the first Silver Samurai on the account. I think that's got to be the second, because I didn't get 2 new as far as profile pics. It's okay. I would have loved the 7 to get something 7-star out of there, but at the same time, I'm really not going to complain about starting that with a 7-star Silver Sable. Probably would have been better to end with a silver star, 7-star silver sable. But, I mean, check line. Alright, well, let's see if the line decides to catch up. Come on. There it is. 7-star lizard, welcome to the Club Breeze. Okay, I don't need to be screwing around Crystal. Let's find out who's live. Okay, well, it looks like Egg is still going at the moment, so let's go over and raid Egg himself. Yeah, the 7-star lizard was definitely a huge win. Congratulations, brother. Well, it's time to watch my anime. Okay, not a problem. I appreciate everybody. On Wednesday, I'm getting an option between a 7-star champion and a 7-star Nexus crystal. I'm taking the Nexus. Of course you're taking the Nexus. That makes more sense. So now I'm questioning, do I take him to rank 4 and awaken him, or do I wait for Scorpion? Play him first and then decide. And we can talk about it a little bit more in the Alliance while I'm working on raids. But anyways, guys, there in the chat is the Eggs channel. If you want to help me out, I would appreciate it. Come over and subscribe, and also support Egg with a hashtag Wolfpack raid, so that we can show some support for another YouTuber and help him grow, as well as show how amazing our community is by all of us stepping over together. But that being said, guys, we are going to go ahead and call it for tonight. We had a lovely time. We got some grinding in. We got some cool crystal openings. And we got a new 7-star. So, I think we'll call it successful for tonight. And we'll plan on being back tomorrow night. We'll see what Mama Bear decides on hers. And we'll try and line up so that we can raid her tomorrow night. So if you guys want to stop in for that and help me take a huge group over there to say congratulations and wish her all the best in the world, I would really appreciate that, guys. So if you guys can stop back tomorrow, let's go ahead and do that together. If not, I will see you guys back soon in a video, live stream, or a short something. We'll see you somewhere. Either way, I will see you guys back in the battle realm. And for now, I hope everybody has a great day, a great night, and pulls a God tier champion soon. And until the next one, guys, I absolutely love and appreciate every one of you. And I'll see you guys back in the next one. Peace out.